I got a bunch of buddies of mine who are in fraternities. The mail-in ballots coming.
A new video is reinforcing old fears that Colorado's all-mail ballot election is ripe for voter fraud. Conservative activist James O'Keefe, whose undercover stings target Democrats, is out with a video today that appears to show liberal activists in Colorado endorsing voter fraud.
And we think they're probably going to, they're all registered, but they've all moved out of state.
Oh, yeah?
House. So they're all going to get their ballots sent to...
And so just vote for them with those ballots?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's putting the votes to good use. So really, truly, yeah, that's awesome.
The Greenpeace activist on the tape goes on to suggest that discarded ballots could be collected from what she called ghetto Aurora, saying that African Americans and Mexicans tend to throw out their ballots. She would not comment about that to us today. We asked 9 News reporter Steve Stager to find out whether the voter fraud scheme floated in O'Keefe's video could actually happen in Colorado.
I can't promise people it will never happen. I can't promise people that it can't happen.
Republican Secretary of State Scott Gessler says we can't rule out the possibility of a little monkey business during this election.
You know, in any human activity, you've got a small percentage of people who will do bad things when they're tempted by power or money. And elections distribute political power. And so there's just human nature. You always have to be vigilant.
Amber McReynolds, the head of Denver County's election center under a Democratic clerk, says the key to vigilance is checking signatures on ballots.
We look and verify every single envelope with a signature on it that comes into the office.
Here at the Denver office, a team of election judges, Republican, Democrat, unaffiliated, and green, match signatures with existing records. But Gessler says there's a loophole to that.
If someone has a witness, the signatures don't have to match at all. So that's a potential avenue as well.
He says problems also exist just getting ballots to the office. Anyone dropping them off is only allowed to turn in 10.
If it's over 10, that's a violation. How you catch that? We don't have those systems in place right now.
When we asked McReynolds if the scenario proposed by conservatives could happen here, she maintained checking signatures will root out fraud.
But again, that check of signature verification is really the stopgap to prevent, ballots that are being filled out by people that are not the voter.
Gessler disagreed with the Democrats in the legislature who instituted all-mail voting, but he says he believes county clerks will do the right thing.
I think a lot of folks improperly minimized the problems this could cause. And, and we're seeing some of these vulnerabilities now. That said, I think if there's a problem in front of a clerk, that clerk's going to take action.
And this really boils down to two issues. Will there be voter fraud, and will we catch voter fraud? The Denver County Clerk says that's what these election judges are for. If they find something fishy in a ballot, they have the power to challenge it before the vote is counted.
Another issue that we have talked about is whether late registration up until Election Day for voters could also be a potential source of fraud.
Yeah, and the Republicans say that that could be a potential source of fraud because they don't get the chance to look over those registrations and give them the scrutiny that they deserve. And so once a vote is cast, it can't be taken away. The Democrats, though, say it's a valuable thing because it gives people the vote who may not have the opportunity to vote, who may not have had the opportunity in the past.
We will keep watching it. We will keep discussing it. Many thanks, Steve.